Hi, so I'm going to be talking about the study habits uh, assignment. However, I am going to use the All About You Google slide to start us off. Okay. The study habits assignment is going to be posted in a Google Slides, just like the last one. Many students were unable to open up the Google Slides because they weren't familiar with what to do. So I have a screenshot of what you guys see. I do not see what you see when you are in this assignment area. I cannot force my computer to show me what you are seeing. So this is the only example I have to show you. So we are going to go ahead and use the All About You Google slide. When you are in the assignment, I have created it so that as soon as you open it, it is going to automatically populate a copy on your Google Drive. So this is the equivalent of me giving you a worksheet, okay? So when you open it, it opens up into your Google Drive. If you are on reliable internet connection, then as you are going, it will automatically save. So if your computer shuts down for some odd reason, it should still be available to you in your Google Drive, okay? When you are looking at it, it's going to take you right to the assignment description, okay? And the blue assignment is going to be highlighted, and you are going to be able to see the description of the assignment. And then if I were to make a video, which is this video, it will populate there. In order for you to start accessing the assignment and to start working on it, you need to click the My Document. Once you click it, it's going to bring you to this slide where you are still in Schoology. This is Schoology, but now you are able to open your Google slide and start working on it. You are able to work on it this way, but some choices over here where it says Insert are not going to be available to you. So remember with our Google slide, you were forced to insert a link, a video. Those items are not going to be available to you when you are in this mode. We had to figure that out Friday morning with a kid. So in order for you to have full function, you have to hit this button over here. It says Edit, not the one over here, the big blue one. This one is going to open up a new tab, and you are going to go directly into the Google Slides, and now you have full functioning, and you're able to upload videos, hyperlinks, whatever you need to, okay? So I highly recommend doing this. I like my things bigger anyways, so when you do it, it takes up the entire screen and you're able to maneuver. It gets rid of all of this extra stuff, okay? When you are finished, you go back to the screen and you hit Submit Assignment. If for whatever reason you are not able to hit Submit Assignment, then me and you need to meet during that Zoom meeting time. I'm going to share I'm going to share my screen with you, and you're going to have to walk me through what you see. It is super important that you are submitting things through Schoology, okay? If you were to email me this presentation, I will not accept it because it all needs to be on Schoology. If we end up at report cards and you tell me, Miss, I swear I turned it in, if I can't find it, then you don't get credit for it, and that's going to really stink for you. And if it's past the deadline, then you get 20 points off every single day that it wasn't turned in. So Schoology allows us to track everything. If I make a mistake and I did minus 40 points because it was 2 days late, but it was only one, then both of us can go back into Schoology and then we could track it that way, so that way no one loses it. There's no mistakes to be made, and if there are, then it's easier for us to track it. So it has to be in Schoology, okay? I cannot put this enough. Remember that if you submit it before I grade it or before the due date, then you are able to unsubmit it and do any corrections you need to, and then just make sure you submit it one more time so that I am able to grade it. There were a few people who did not submit it. I saw that they completed it, but they did not hit that submit button. I cannot grade it until I do that submit button. And if you wait a week, then that counts as late and you don't get credit. So just make sure that you don't forget about that. It's the little details in life that are really making the difference. Let's go ahead and go to today's assignment. So there's a few things for us to talk about first. This must be submitted in Schoology, no exceptions. So if you're having problems, you need to log into Zoom during your class period so that we could try and fix it. Remember to hit on the My Document so that you could begin working on it. And then if you have any issues whatsoever, you need to join the Zoom meeting. That's what the Zoom meetings are for. The problem is that you do have to follow Summer Creek's schedule, okay? So remember in our Zoom meeting folder, all of this is listed. If you are a virtual student, for me, you are fourth period, which means that we are meeting at 10:24. So if you show up at 1 o'clock, you're in trouble because that's my psychology class and we're not even going to be talking about all of this stuff. So they're going to have completely different assignments and things to do. So make sure that you are logging on to the ones that you need to. I highly recommend, if you're able to, maybe 20, 30 minutes before our Zoom meeting, you should probably, if you're able to, log into Schoology, check out all of the assignments, see if you're able to do it. If you are, awesome. If you need help, then that's what those Zoom meetings are for. So I am assigning this Tuesday morning, but it's not going to be due until Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. So you will have 2 Zoom meetings to log in. And if you miss them, then eventually what's going to happen down the road is you're just going to get late points and you're still going to have to join a Zoom meeting for us to work it through. If you are having any problems and you need to troubleshoot, then join the Zoom meetings, because going back and forth in email does not seem to be very effective with some people. Sometimes I don't know what you're looking at, and so it takes you 5 emails to just explain it to me. These Zoom meetings, guys, they are going to be Q&A. These past couple of times, we were kind of talking about everything at the beginning of it, but eventually they're going to just be opening up and you log in, ask me your question, and then you're off again, okay? So there you go. Let's go ahead and do this. We have types of learning. So after you took your quiz on Monday, you should know what kind of learner you are. Some of you are saying that you need to improve on your visual. It doesn't work that way. There is nothing wrong with your brain, okay? If you learn through auditory, that's okay. That's fine. That's perfect. That's great, okay? It's just how your brain works. And that's the whole point to this, is knowing what works best for you, okay? So when you are looking at this, you are going to read these descriptions and see how best these different people learn. This should look very familiar from yesterday's quiz, okay? On the next slide, you are going to tell me 3 ways for a visual person to learn. So if a visual person learns best from seeing, if a visual person looks best by looking at pictures or graphs, well, if they are studying for a test, what should they do? They should probably do something that has to do with one of these descriptions. If you are a kinesthetic learner, then you learn best by manipulating or doing. Think of that song, the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. That is a song that is movement to help people learn. And so if that's what you need to do, because that's the way your brain works, okay, great. Your brain is perfect the way it is. You just need to learn how to work with it, okay? So on that last slide, there needs to be 3 items for each one. So in total, you should have 9. It says to use bullet points to list 3 different ways. And although your answers here do not need to be full sentences, they do need to be full ideas. So if you say flashcards, well, if you're putting flashcards here in visual, and auditory, well, you need to explain and connect it back. How are flashcards going to help that visual learner? What needs to be on the flashcards? How is flashcards going to help that auditory learner? What does the student need to do in order to make sure that they are hearing it? So making sure that you are giving me full ideas and full, it doesn't have to be full sentences, but they just really need to be full ideas. If you have any questions, sign into the Zoom meeting so that it doesn't take 20 emails to solve your problem. Bye, guys.